Coinbase is opening a BLEND-USD spot market for Fluent, but trading depends on whether liquidity conditions are met. The tension is that Blend gains major US exchange access while entering with a tiny market profile that can magnify price swings. Coinbase list, Fluent now points to Fluent BLEND as the center of the story, not a broad market mood. The first thing to separate is the event from the interpretation. The event is Coinbase adds a BLEND-USD pair, and the pressure point is that the listing is spot exposure. That gives the segment a concrete test instead of a broad mood read. A viewer can immediately judge what changed, which actor matters, and what signal would confirm follow-through. Coinbase enabled deposit address generation for eligible regions, while KuCoin and MEXC scheduled blend spot markets on the same launch day. This is the baseline viewers need before treating the move as bullish, bearish, or settled. The number to keep visible is BLEND-USD. It anchors the scale and prevents the scene from drifting into vague sentiment. Trading weights on liquidity conditions is the confirmed frame, while BLEND had a tiny pre-launch profile sets the practical boundary. If later claims appear, they should be compared back to this frame rather than accepted because the story sounds urgent. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The mechanism is exchange access. More venues can bring more buyers and sellers, but a thin float can create violent intraday moves. In plain English, the mechanism explains why the headline matters. For Fluent BLEND, it is not a side detail. It is the reason the event can affect users, markets, or institutions. KuCoin and MEXC add more access is the working part, and access can cut both ways explains why the outcome is not automatic. A headline can move attention, but this mechanism decides whether the event has repeatable consequences or only a short reaction. The affected side includes early blend holders, new retail buyers, market makers, and traders watching whether order book depth appears quickly. This is where the practical consequence sits. The story is narrower than the whole crypto market. It focuses on Coinbase, Fluent BLEND, and the counterparties tied to the same path. New buyers face early volatility is the exposed side, while market makers need depth quickly. That prevents overreach. The segment does not claim every token, chain, user, or institution is equally exposed. What remains unclear is how much real liquidity will form once the pair opens, and whether early volume is stable or purely speculative. That distinction matters because traders and users can overread a first move. A useful viewer should not fill that gap with a prediction. Order book depth is not proven is where evidence stops, and volume quality remains unclear defines the proof that would make the next claim safer. That keeps the uncertainty useful. It tells viewers exactly which assumption should not be treated as fact. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The next signal is Coinbase order book depth, deposit activation, and whether Blend trades smoothly after the initial launch window. For Coinbase list Fluent, the closing read should stay tied to the next observable signal, not a prediction. If that signal appears, the story gains confirmation. If it fails, the market has to treat the earlier move as incomplete. The practical close is spread behavior is the signal. That keeps the ending tied to a measurable signal instead of implying a guaranteed outcome. It is the readout the viewer can carry forward after the card ends and the next market or policy reaction begins.